swiftly. We've seen a lot has been happening in our country. The other day in Migori, we saw the issue Saga, and people really talked a lot. Yeah. And a lot came up. Mara viatu haikuwa. The person was trying to record, was trying to be funny. Somebody was trying to push the issue away. I don't know if you saw it, and can you comment on it?
Yeah, I saw it, and this is what I would say. For every story, perspective matters. So the minute we saw it first, even myself, I did a video. I was like, yo, hey, because the angle we got was just a shoe just coming and landing. And now when you see the other angle, kuna msee nyali kwa mebeba, then mtaka ipiga ki volleyball, mtaka ispank papi kenda hiyo direction of president. So there are some friends who are normally a bit naughty, so that's why you also need to find the people around you, because some mwenyewe kiatu probably alipatikana before wajue ilikuwa ni games. Yeah, walikuwa mchezesha ma games. Kwa mefinya maho. Yeah, so the people around you, you really need to consider the people around you. Some friends are not good friends. Yeah. Then also, there are also have learned. There are some places that some jokes are unnecessary. Unaona kama walikuwa ametoa kiatu hata anafanya na record nayo, that was an unnecessary joke, and it's gonna cost him a bit of niniza hapa na pale. But if you look at the video, it wasn't like an intentional throw. Si kama ile George Bush. So jamaa pia nilikuwa tu fan. Actually msema ile slap hiyo kiatu ninafuata aftwe. Sasa mwenye alikuwa amebeba juu, but sasa unajua pia wanasemanga it takes two to tango. Lazima kiatu ilinuka juu na moja aka. So acha tuone venye kutaenda. But I don't think it was something serious from what I saw. Yeah.
So you say that the mwenye alirusha ndio accountable, because we've had that about 3 people were arrested.
Yeah, so unajua sasa kuna either huyu mwenye alikuwa amebeba na mwenye alipiga. Kina nani amekuwa arrested, but they should just be spoken to. It was an accidental thing. If the president really likes the young people, acha iende. Kuna vitu zingine unaacha tu inaenda. It wasn't intentional. Then also when they are remorseful, and they are apologetic, why not?
And we also saw comedians came out and they did a video, a clip of show.
No, hiyo iko sawa. We have fun with everything. You know, comedians and entertainers ni kioo cha jamii. We mirror the society. Our jokes don't come from, they come from, mademu anatembeanga hivi. We mirror the society. So it's easy. Let them secure the bag. Let them have fun with it. The country is going through a lot of situations. So wacha watu wa check. Let people have a good time. Watu wafurahie kidogo hapa na pale. Wa joke kidogo. It's nothing serious. Musi overthink. Yeah.
Now, talking about the country, Peter Salasya, MP, Mumias East, is a very good friend of yours, according to what we see online. Yeah. He has announced online, not officially, that he is vying for presidential, a presidential candidate come 2027. Mixed reactions pale kwa section yake. Yeah. Kuna wale wanamwambia wewe kwanza tafuta bibi, kuna wale wanamwambia umeenda haraka sana. Sijui wewe kama rafiki yake ama umejaribu kumsaidia kupata bibi, unaweza usemaje?
Nakuja.
Samina kuja utusalimie. Kuja.
Wewe. Yeah. So what happens is this, the reason why people are doubting Salasya is because he's different from the whole squad. And different is what is needed. People are used to some old guy who's been in politics for a while, ama ni professor, and anakuja anasema running for president. People expect some sort of Salasya kidogo is kind of unorthodox, his methodology. Namwona kidogo weekend ako sherehe, anafanya maendeleo. He's a young guy. And Salasya is normally a mirror of myself, because ni msea pretend. Kama nataka kupiga sherehe ataipiga, kama anapiga kazi anapiga, akikasirika ameisema nini. Most people are used to the politicians who pretend in front of people. Hey, wa mama hoye, nini. But chini ya maji, mama endo tandiko usiku, nini. So we have those ones, and those people are used to pretenders. That's what they want, and Salasya is not. So they are shocked. The part for wife is null and void. Listen, a wife, having a wife or not having a wife does not change who you are. But if you get a good one, she can make you a better person. But if you're already a good person, tayari unatenda kazi. Unaona venye Mumias amefanya job bila wife. You want to underestimate that one na tafuta bibi. No, akitaka bibi atapata. We did a show with him called My Woman. Tulikuwa tunamtafutia wife tukajibika mali tukasana katikati. Tena tukarudiana tena because nimekwambia yake kasika anasema tena nini. However, having a wife or not having a wife is the same way. Having a husband or not having a husband does not change who you are. We have some great leaders in the society who don't have husbands, and some don't have wives. it doesn't matter. Wewe kama unaweza piga kazi. Sometimes a wife is a liability and sometimes a husband is a liability. Unapata mtu anakuambia, ati you want to run for what? Mama achana nayo. Then unaanza kujidoubt. In a way you had self realization, you're like, this is what I want to do. You are self driven. Then kimuta kuja anze kukufanya anze kujiquestion. Kasa hii Salasya ikipata kidem powerful. Atampeleka mbio. Ambia no babe, wacha kufanya hizi video zako za lonely at the top nini. Then you'll see a different person.
Yeah.
Then atakusema babe umechange. No, wacheni Salasya run. It's a good thing, a lot of young people are there. Salasya inge by the anaweza challenge the status quo. Wewe ngoja ucheki. Inaweza fika hivi watu waseme, you remember when Wajakoya came, kuna watu walimuignore. Then later wakasema, this Wajakoya guy is serious. Then now wakaanza kusema, ni mtu wa bangi, ni mtu wa nini. Even for Salasya is coming, mtaona wataanza people always look for something they consider a mistake. Then now they push it. So Salasya tafika aseme, ana bibi, he's a hothead, he's a mlevi, he's whatever. But wewe kama realize na umeamua ni kitu nataka kufanya nayo.
They say if you can't lead your home, you can't lead a country.
Yeah, who says so? Times have changed. Those were back in the day when men were listened to and not questioned. Back in the day, our fathers alikuwa kiingia kwa home akisema left. Right now we have a lot of men who are not even leading their homes, but they're good husbands because you negotiate, you discuss with your person. Ni aje babe, nataka tufanye, kwambia hapana babe, let's do this one, this one is better. Baba watoto tufanye hivi. Sometimes some men that you see leading their homes, they not. The women behind them are the ones that are leading the homes. So nini ya kitambo, msieke hiyo sasa. It's time me change, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've openly showed your support for Babu Owino. Maybe if Salasya amesimama pale president, will you vote for him? Yes, and I will even campaign for him for free. Yeah, because personally I want the change. There are few people that I like their ideologies kwa kuchapa kazi. Hawa kisimama mimi nayonayo, mnaniona Mumias, mnaniona wapi nimekaa hapo campaign for free, but there are some other people that I don't like their ideologies, lakini I like their money.
Yeah. The other day we saw Matiang'i coming to the country, akakaribishwa pale airport, and they said he is also eyeing the presidential whatever, but kuna watu pia wanasema ni watu wa kitambo wamekuja pamoja tena.
Exactly. My point exactly. You've not seen them together. I saw them go to Munyoro. It was Matiang'i. I saw the whole shebang. It is the same team. Wana change to t-shirt, cheza ile side, wewe ka bench kidogo. Rudi timu yetu hivi wanajifanya hivi. The same people. I wish them luck.
Kwa hivyo Morara utampigia kura? No,
pia akikuwa pale pia namkampainia. Unajua wanasema kura ni siri yako. But mimi kifika pale, every young person who will be campaigning, if I can, I'll come and campaign for free. From Morara to Babu to Salasya to whoever, from the MCS to the MPs to the governors to the presidency, I'll campaign for all the young, because hata ndo ya kulipa surely. Wacha wafanyie shughuli nyingine, movement, logistics, mimi nita come for free. Ikifika pale kwa debe, mimi nitaangalia ule msee niko like this person, because most of them I know them personally. Niko like huyu anakuwa nini poa, lakini naona hii ni cinema. Then huyu naye anakaa legit nayo.
Umesema unapenda pesa ya watu wengine.
Yeah, everybody likes money.
Does it mean that at some point when they give you more money, you might go to their side and support the youngins?
No. I'll support the youngins, but unajua I'm an MC. I'm an entertainer. That is how I pay the bills. That is what I do. And I said this thing last time when I was talking to a few other media guys. I told them, you see the way your dad is a driver, and your dad will be able to drive the president or any other person. Your dad is a doctor, your mom is a nurse, teacher, whoever, security guy, and they will just work okay, even during campaigns. Because during campaigns, those cars are driven by people. Yeah, their clothes, they buy from people. When they're sick, they're treated by people. They're fed by people. But those people, you're okay with them securing the bag when the campaign trail is there. But ukiona MC ameingia hapo kama Obinna, Obinna, you are a traitor. But your dad is a driver. Yes, your dad is a doctor. Your dad is a security guy. Your dad is in the police. Your mom is in the military, and they're supporting these people. But entertainers, MC, dancer, comedian, musician, akiingia pale is where you draw the line. No. It's just a hustle, nothing personal. Me, I'm securing the bag for my kids. Msaki fika bia anambia Obinna ni aje, shika 50 mic ndio hii. Nakwambia sawa, unataka niseme aje ndani? Ndasema ndani. Lakini nikikam kwa ground, nikikaa chini na youth man naambia mazee, unajua ni aje? Mimi nimecheki huko mbele kidogo, naona Morara hapa ama naona Salasya hapa, ndio tucheze. Lakini pale niko kama kazi. So ukiniona kwa campaign trail of all these moneyed people, wewe jua mimi niko kazi. Yes, lakini tukifika chini kwa ground, you know what I stand for. I stand for justice, I stand for following the constitution, I stand for equality. That is what will always be, and I stand for kindness. That is the bare minimum. So kama huyo mtu mwenye ako hapo mnaniona naye, wewe kifika pale pia beba kili yako. Useme ni Obinna amefanya ukaenda ukavote pale. Wewe beba kili yako, lakini wacha to hustle, because kazi. Alafu nyinyi mtaitwa mwende pale msimame patiwe 100 ama 200, but that is okay. But provided tu Obinna ndio sasa amesema pale, now you're judging me because I'm sinning loudly. You also a sinner, man. We are all equal. Unless sasa tuamue as a country tuseme because we don't like the idea for ABCD, hatutenda rallies zao, tutanyamaza. Then I'm like, good. The country is kidogo speaking loudly, si wote atuendi huku, pia mimi siendi. Lakini mnakaa mkusikiza. Mimi mtaniona juu ya road show pale. Welo. Yep.
Tukimalizia, the past few weeks you've walked out from 2 interviews. Is it journalism skills that is a problem, or are they asking questions that you don't want to answer?
Journalism skills and ethics. Yes. You see, as a journalist, when someone says on the interview they don't want something, you find a way to deter from it. I've hosted people as well on my show. Hata juzi tu wakaniambia hiyo story kidogo, okay, fine, then I move into something else. And by the way, there's nobody who sits on my show that I normally ask them a question that they don't know. I always tell them, everybody, they can talk about it. I always tell them, is there any question not comfortable me asking you? Ni nini utaki nisema, uliza anything. Mko sure? Na wakileta maswala, uliza anything, sawa. So when I ask na kuangalia sema uliza anything, wengine wananiambia usiniulize hii story. Watch my interviews. Kuna wale walikamingi wakakana kuna story sikuguzia, wanaambia usiniulize hii story. I stayed away from it. So as a journalist, it's your right, yes, but sometimes there's some things you don't do. Like the first one, I told the guy more than 3 times, let's not talk about this. Insisted, let's not talk. Come on, my G. I walk out. The second one, I was disrespected, but people saw it differently, but it is fine. But provided it's my boundary was crossed, I was like, mimi nashukia hapa, wacha nitoke. Because even if I reacted, could have been another issue again. Yeah, so you walk away, and then even if I sat through it, could be another issue again. Yeah, there's always a situation. Yeah.
Speaking about walking away, we saw yesterday night, there's a couple that walked away from your interview, but it did start so well. You invited them for an interview, then the third party came that they didn't sit well with them.
Okay, so what happened yesterday was I invited Culture. Actually, I had not invited Sabrina. I invited Culture. There's a time I wanted to host Sabrina, Benta, and Captain Samir. And they told me they would come. Then sijui nani akakuwa mgonjwa. I think it was Hannah or Sabrina. Wakaniambia nani mgonjwa, we can't come. Then baadaye when they broke up, I reached out to one of them, ikakuwa tena hawezi kuja. So I reached out to Culture. Because remember, there's a time Akina Prince Chala came, they came with them. So like, hey, Culture ni aje, niko Mombasa, but I'll come. So when Culture was coming, then Sabrina said, I'm coming with Culture. I was like, okay, cool. The more the merrier. They came. We're having a very good conversation until we started speaking about the allegations for the UTI, STI, the whole shebang. So we're having this conversation, and then Benta calls me like 3 times. We went on an ad break. So when he came back, I was like, let me just call her on air. So it's ulikuwa umepanga nini. So I call her, hey, nini. In fact, I live 2 minutes away. I'm like, oh, cool. Come through. She came through. She was angry, expressed herself. She was not invited to the show. She came through to the show because she was watching what was happening. What I stand for as a journalist, I always believe there are 3 sides of every story. There's your angle, then there's the truth. Okay? But if you speak about her, it's only right that she responds to what you're saying. And if she responds, she better come with receipts, and you better come with receipts. So that's what happened yesterday. And Hannah came with receipts that people are saying, oh, it's a bit late. And Sabrina did not have the receipts, but she was telling, hey, Ebu, bring the receipts for Kissy. And Hannah did not have the receipts for Kissy or Assis. So it became a whole situation. And then, there are 2 ladies who shared a man. They have a history. They have their situation. The kidogo got out of hand. I tried to contain them. And of course, Nani felt disrespected, Culture. And at some point, Culture was like, hey, Obinna, we gotta leave. I was like, it's cool, I understand. And then when they left, I cooled down Hannah. We did the whole conversation. Samir spoke. But now also Samir was on the side for Hannah because they're currently a thing. So of course, utatetea mtu wako. Culture was teteaing Sabrina because they're a thing. So it was a whole situation that wasn't that friendly, but it was supposed to happen. Because most of the time unapata huyu akina live TikTok anasema huyu amefanya hivi. Huyu akina live TikTok anasema huyu amefanya hivi. So it was about to happen. It was bound to happen, and it did. And the minute we finished the show, I called Sabrina and Culture. They didn't pick, but I managed to talk to Culture. Texted him, I apologized. I was like, hey, my G, I'm so sorry, this was not the intention, that was not even planned, and my apologies. I was like, yeah. He also apologized for walking out, and I was like, I totally understand it, because the situation was getting a bit volatile. I was like, hey, this one kidogo is a bit tricky, because first me I thought it's a joke. When Nani came through, I was like, but you guys have been buddies. Yeah, but I reached out, and I also texted Sabrina the same. I was like, hey, I apologize, my bad. And I also texted Hannah Benta the same. And Anna told me, now I need an interview of my own. She texted me today, I need an interview of my own, but I don't see the need of it, because we already covered the whole shebang. We already spoke about the whole thing, the UTI, nini yidi yada, the whole thing. It doesn't make sense to go back and repeat it again without now Sabrina, because now if she comes and sits down with me for an hour or two, she'll be talking about the whole situation. Yeah. So I'd rather, if we are sitting down again, we see the three of us, him, the other guy, and the other guy, and then we come up with receipts. Because also normally for everybody who speaks online, just know that allegations are very serious. If you're making allegations that are not warranted and you don't have evidence, hey, that is suable. Yeah, so sometimes people just decide not to, but be very careful with the allegations you make. Before you make them have evidence, I'ma use the word allegedly. Yes, but if you come and say, Obinna mimi nimejua nini, so naambia kuja sasa explain ulijua aje, then sasa huwezi ku explain. Yeah, but whatever happened last night was a good thing, because finally they put out what was ailing both of them, and we all knew that what was happening, it was not an STI, it was a UTI. UTIs are normal things for ladies. For every person out there, if you don't know, urinary tract infections are very normal things. Ladies pick them everywhere. They can go to a general washroom, nini public one, amepika UTI, ka uchafu kidogo, nini, whatever. It's not a serious thing at you dames, just she was being promiscuous, nini. The way people are carrying it, it happens, and it can also be transmitted amongst each other if other people are engaging in a few things here and there. So that was it. It was no cause for alarm. The watu wanasema huyu sijui ako na nini, huyu ako na nini. So usa, breathe, stop stigmatizing it, and then also let's stop bashing them. Let's stop beating Sabrina. Let's stop beating Hannah. The person who needs to take charge is Samir, Captain Samir. You need to take charge, man. Put your house in order. There were your women, nimesikia uko na wengine tena. Just call Hannah, mwambie ni aje babe, tulia. Call Sabrina, mwambie ni aje ex wangu, I'm sorry, tulia, tulenge hii story. It's easy because they are young ladies, and the way it's happening like that, it gets into trauma. It comes back to the mental health thing. You might think it's easy, but when people start making allegations about you, about things that are not there, it affects you mentally. And not everybody is as strong as the next person you see in the media. Kuna mtu ananyamaza hivi lakini akienda kando, they break down. So easy, guys, chill out. There's so much that happens behind closed doors. That one happened, ishapita, let's be easy on them. Yeah.
And of course, the word was mentioned, maybe just an advice to the young couple, some of the people engaging in sex, in unprotected sex.
Yeah. Unprotected sex has consequences. The most safest one ni kupata mtoto. Okay? The most safest one. Akikwambia kuna mtoto, hapo kidogo umeponea, lakini now no, you are stuck with a situation for life. Huyo mtoto ako na wewe forever. So before you make that reckless decision, make sure you are ready. The unsafe ones are limitless. You can get a lot of sexually transmitted infections, including HIV and AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, and the rest. Herpes, the whole shebang. So be careful with what you're doing. Mwache kupimana ukimwi na macho. And then normally, if you look at people who have come out and spoken, I've hosted a few of them on my channel, and they'll come and say, I'm HIV positive, I'm living positively with HIV and AIDS. When you look at them, they look like you and I. So mwache kupimana ukimwi na macho. Let's stop being reckless if you want to live for the future. Be careful. Usifreak bila socks. That was it's in there. You're not a Gen Z. Yeah. For Gen Zs don't know, but for the millennials, usifreak bila socks. For my Gen Zs, usianguke nayo bila nyonginyo. Ukiamua kugoda, make sure that umejiprotect, because huyo dem mwenye unafikiri ni dem yako, imagine akona chali yake, na unajua chali yake akona dem yake, na huyo dem yake akona sponyo, na huyo sponyo akona mtu wake. The chain goes and on and on and on. Like I've said a couple of times personally, niligongewa. I didn't expect it, because the person was very, ile pia wewe, wow. You see, for example, if you date an Obinna, someone will be like, Obinna nana kugongeana da. But there's some people that if you look at them, you're like, huyu kidogo akai. Then upate sasa huyo ndio sasa ukozili me I thought huyu alikuwa mbaya, kumbe ni huyu. So mdanie si ndiye. So be very careful. Huyo baby girl unafikiri hata amekupenda hivyo. Yes, amekupenda, but some of them have needs. Some of them have been in situations that are not friendly, and some of them have also been abused. Si kupenda kwao. Things happen, shit happens, life happens. Just be very careful. Mupimane, asile ya kufanya sijui swaba teketeke saa hiyo. No. Kuna ile yenye unapimanga ile insti, unaangalia damu, una relax 3 months later, muna confirm nini, but in the meantime Rabajonics all the time. Vagambut.
Maybe my last question, awachavuke boda kidogo twende Tanzania. How we saw that you expressed your crush for Kajala Masanja.
Yeah.
Na kidogo people talked. Watu walisema pale Kajala was Harmonize ex. Waliongea kuhusu bro code. And pia it was like they had a thing na pia they don't have a thing.
Yeah, so kila mtu first of all akona ex. Arawe kona ex, utapata mwingine, mimi niko na ex, napata mwingine, unaweza kuwa na ex, utapata mwingine hivyo. So there's nobody mwenye ana ex. Number 2, your time nikimake move towards Kajala, baada wako wame rekindle their situation with Harmonize. But unajua Kajala and spec yangu. So you guys know my spec, man. I've said it a couple of times, man. I like something that has weight and occupy space. I like them heavy a little bit, 18-wheeler. Yeah. So baada wako wame rekindle. So when they rekindle their situation, I was like, okay, now I'm a step aside because Harmonize is my boy. Na kama ako pale, kwa nini niende pale na bila menda kugongeana? Time nilikuwa na make move akwa pamoja. Then the following day naona ameenda sijui birthday ya mtoto, sijui nini, sijui amedance pamoja. Harmonize amemkiss kwa shingo, niko zile god damn guys, nimerudi soko, hii imeenda. Na pia aka smile, niko like she still loves the guy. So nikasema it's fine. So wacha tu ningoje, bado tu watawachana.
Because Harmonize said that they don't have a thing.
Yeah, that's what he said, but her eyes were different. Hata Harmonize's eyes were different. Mapenzi unajua unaona kwa macho. Mimi niangalia venye Kajala alikuwa patina, alikuwa na dance wanafanya hivi. Nikamwangalia nikasema huyu Kajala bado yampenda Harmonize. And then pia Harmonize pia aliona vibe zake, akamwekea pesa. Nikasema huyu bado anampenda huyu. They might not be together physically, but emotionally they are. Those ninjas are connected from here till Timbuktu.
Kwa hivyo story ya kurudi, does it work? Have you ever gone back to your ex like more than 2 times?
Yeah.
Does it work?
No. I will not recommend it. Mimi nilirudi kikaniramba tena akasema tena because so what happens is this. Why do people go back to their exes? Because they're afraid of the future. Then you start meaning the past. Unakaa chini unaanza kufikiria, you think of all the plans, all the beautiful times you had together. You're like akiwoyange kwa hapa saizi kwa ni massage mguu nini, then unapata umemtext. Bro, it is a scam. Usijaribu. Ukimiss tu hivyo usikiwa na miss, geuza hii akili haraka because ukirudi pale injection ile they never change. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Same old. Martin, did you add something?
Obi, I've been going through online na watu wanabash sana how you do your interviews, how you host, and lazima kukuwe na negativity huku na positivity. Maybe what would you like to say about that?
People are bashing how I host. I wonder why I'm number 1. Yeah. How I host is what made me number 1 in that platform. Yeah. And also people who will have most people have opinions and people are not experienced in that field. Wewe una watch, ujai interview mtu yote, ujai kana msee, ujai simama kwa jua hivi kama warembo. Ameshika microphone vibaya, amefanya. Si ushike yako.
Ati mnauliza maswali mbaya, kuja
uliza yako. It's a very simple thing. By the way, the digital space is very free. Hakuna training hata una need. Obinna anafanya shaki vibaya, fanya yako ufanye vizuri. Learn from my mistakes. Kwa zile za msi amefanya hivi, wacha mimi nitafanya hivi. Mimi sitacheka sana, mimi nitakuwa nalia sana. Mimi nitakuwa nafanya hivi, wewe fanya tu yako. Mimi wacha mimi nifanye yangu venye nafanya, kwa sababu venye nimefanya hizo miaka zote ndio imenifikisha hapo. Na maguest wangu wote wanakuja kwenye show. Wakitoka wanafiliwa wananiambia, I've never been in such an interview. Tumevibe tu, we've had a good conversation. Ama kama unaona kama ni noma, watch hizo zingine zenye wanauliza swali za maana, hizo zenye wacheki, zenye wanalia, iko tu sawa. I actually don't feel offended by that. It's your opinion and everybody is entitled to the opinion. But the fact that Saga is currently on the digital platform, live interviews, I'm number 1. Yes, there'll be someone else who will come and take that slot. There's something they'll do better than me. Someone else will take from them, because you can't sit there forever. Power is transient. When I'm there, someone else is coming, and before I was there, someone else was there, and like that we just keep shifting and keep improving. So weanza na yako kuja piga kwa mnoma hivyo tukisonga.
Okay, this Saturday